This is Bob Maloney from MyMMANews, and tonight I am visiting with Dianna Karavas. Dianna.
Woo!
Dianna trains over here in Freehold at Dante Rivera BJJ, and Dianna is making her professional cage debut. She's had some experience fighting amateur. She's making her pro debut at Neglia's Ring of Combat May 31st. Tropicana, Atlantic City. You excited? You nervous? How you feel when you fire
excited.
up?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very looking forward to it. I mean, it's been a while, you know, in the making for this. So I'm definitely hyped, and I can't wait to put on a show. You know, at the end of the day, we're entertainers. So.
Well, listen, this is the first time I get to talk to you.
Yeah.
So before we talk about your fight, let's talk about how you got here. What was the hook for you? How long have you been training mixed martial arts? Was it a fighter? Was it somebody in your family? What made you fall in love with training and punching people in the face and choking people out?
Well, I mean, it started when I was younger, definitely. I used to always get into fights with my brother, so I knew I had it in me, but I didn't actually start training like a discipline, like a martial art, till 4 years ago. So I'm like really new to the sport. But yet I've gained so much experience, you know, with the right team and the right people around me. So I definitely, you know, it hasn't been that long. And what got me into it was, I don't know, one time I used to watch at Strikeforce, Gina Carano. She was like a pretty tough girl at the time, and no other girls were like doing it. So like I saw her, I was like, I want to be like that. So that's how it kind of started and embedded in my head, and I didn't start training up until like 4 years ago, and that was it. Like I fell in love like right from the start. So here I am today.
What does your mom say? Because obviously you're
yeah.
like her little girl. I mean, you know, I've seen you guys on social media,
Yeah.
and I can't even imagine what she feels. What did you tell her when, you know, Mom, I'm going to be a fighter?
Yeah,
What
my
was her
whole
reaction?
family was a riot because they're all like, "What are you doing? Like, why? Like, why can't you do something else?
Like, be a model."
Be a this is something that they've told me continuously. Like, listen, like you have a pretty face, be a model. And I'm like, I don't want that. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, I know there's a lot to gain from a good outside appearance, but nothing but hard work in the gym. You know, I don't let that get over anything. So, yeah, that was definitely a hard part from them to accept that I want to go into a cage and get punched in the face with another girl. You know. Yeah, it was hard in the beginning. I didn't have their full support, but now as they saw like how passionate I am about it, how dedicated I am, they're definitely supporting me 100%. They've warmed up to it. They all get super nervous, but I'm like, just be there to watch an entertaining fight, you know? Like, it's supposed to be fun. Don't be nervous, but you know, it is what it is. Like, a parent always wants the best for their child, and to see your child get in a cage and bleed, it's kind of weird, you know? I don't know how I would feel. I don't know.
Right. Will she be there screaming for you?
Oh, yeah. They all get crazy.
That's great. Now let's talk about your fight a little bit, because you told me, what's your opponent's name?
Taneisha Tennant.
Taneisha Tennant.
Yeah.
Now, you fought her in amateur. The rounds are much shorter.
Yeah.
And it was a decision. You told me you came out on the losing end.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that fight, and what do you need to change to get a victory?
So it was a back and forth fight between us. I've lost, and you know, I was kind of nervous because obviously I've always fought experienced people that have been doing this for a very long time, and I'm fairly new to the sport. And like, you know, like 2 years ago, I was only 2 years into it. You know, I didn't have much experience, but I have a tons of heart, so I just get in there and fight. So. Yeah, I mean, this time I'm looking to finish the fight. I'm not letting it go to decision, and I'm improving the little mistakes that I've made in the past, as far as like trying to rush her into the cage, or, you know, trying to, you know, do extra stuff that's not needed. I know I have the striking, I know I have the knockout power, and I'm just looking to finish the fight like this time, you know. I'm gonna put the pressure, and I don't think she could take it, so.
Give out some shout outs to who's helping you get ready, who's in the room, who's sparring, who you sparring with, who's working your submissions, who's really, you know, pushing you to the limit.
Yeah, so I just have to give a big shout out to my team here, you know, Dante Rivera BJJ, all the guys continuously, week after week, they push me harder and harder. Like, what I love is that they don't look at me any different. They get in there, they push, and I like to be pushed. It cracks me sometimes, it breaks me, but you know, when you're broken, you get built back up stronger. So that's what I need. And yeah, I just have to give a big shout out to my professor, Dante Rivera. He's been a big influencer and a big role model for me. You know, I follow his footsteps, and you know, we're doing great stuff here. I mean, you know, my teammate Matt Karavs was fighting. All the guys here, like, I don't know, it's so many names. Sorry guys, okay. I got you. I have to give a shout out to my cousin Dave Cordoba, Cordoba Wrestling. He's been, you know, helped me improve my wrestling, and also my cousin Steve Bonnet. He's a personal trainer in New York, so he's been working on me, you know, overall, like, just, you know, building my stamina and building, you know, all the little things that need to be adjusted. Obviously, jiu-jitsu, Professor Leandro Hernandez is a big part of the team now, so he helps out a lot. And yeah, I mean, there's a ton of people behind me, you know.
Great.
So
great.
I'm just so blessed to be in this position.
All right. Well, make sure you give the people that pay the money, give your sponsors some love before
Sorry
we go.
guys, I have to look down, but it's just so many people, and I want to make sure I get them all. So Thrive. Spine and sports rehab, they always, you know, make sure that I'm healthy. Anything I need, cryotherapy, anything related to sports rehab, they're there for me. Eat Clean Bro, biggest in the game, you know, like they make sure they fuel their athletes with the right nutrition, and that's a big part, you know, nutrition. So Beast Coast, he provides me with excellent gear, you know, my sparring gear, my gloves. Siege Athletics is one of the gyms that I go to and do strength conditioning out of New York, Long Island. Juice for Life is one of my big sponsors. I used to work for them like 5 years ago, and they follow me up until now. They sponsor me, you know, they help me out a lot. And Get Cocky, they've been since the beginning with me as well. Also, one of the biggest thank you I have to give to Hyper Fitness. Jerry is one of my very good friends, and also helped me, you know, build my game, and I've helped him build his, you know, brand as well. So we're kind of like a team. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot of people behind me, so, you know, credit to them too, because I wouldn't be here without them.
Dianna Karavas, pro debut May 31st, coming up in Atlantic City. I'm happy to be telling this is chapter number 1.
Yes,
I'll be back.
yeah.
We'll talk again.
Absolutely.
After, you know, I look forward to your career progressing. She's a big prospect, very talented. I got to see her kill somebody in a kickboxing fight. The only time I got to see her fight, I'll be ringside, cage side.
Oh, you're going to be right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, guys, don't miss it. Tune into my fight. Come watch. It's going to be excellent fights. You don't want to miss it. Oh, man. I'm too hyped.